Hey guys, Frytech here. In this video I wanted to share with you some shortcuts for video editing that will tremendously sort of speed up your process and will make your life much easier and your video editing sort of process way easier. So yeah, let's just jump right into sort of a screen recording, and I will also show you on the keyboard what exactly am I doing. I found these several few like little shortcuts to like really improve my own sort of life in terms of editing videos, and so yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. Okay, so let's say we have our video here and we need to cut it, obviously, right? I still don't understand how the pinch on a trackpad doesn't work in DaVinci Resolve, even though it's like 18.6 version already. In Final Cut, it's been there forever. So we need to press Alt, whatever, right? To zoom in and out, which is just annoying. Okay, so here are a few combinations, key combinations, both in terms of key and key in terms of important combinations that I want you to know, right? And obviously use. So how I set it up here, 1, 2, 3, I think you can see blade tool, just regular cursor, and then just move tool in if I need to move clips around. But what's more important is this particular tool, which I set up to Q, W, and E. If you're a gamer, because a lot of people obviously game, that's why I set it up right here, right under 1, 2, 3 keys. And also, yeah, because a lot of us are gaming and these are kind of natural position for it, for these keys to be actually. So let's say like I started talking here and then like I don't need all of this part, for example, right? I just press Q, boom, the left portion is gone. For example, let's say I talked here and there's a gap here I can see, right? I can obviously like, I want to split this clip, right? I want to cut out this portion. So what I can do is either take the blade tool and sort of remove it and then remove this part and then click on the clip and then delete it, which is all possible but annoying, and there is a better way to speed up this process. So for example, I sort of find the position right here, I select W, press W, and then at another position I just press Q again. Or I can do it the other way around. I can, for example, sort of cut it right here when I know that I'm about to start, and then I move my cursor and press E, and it cuts from this direction essentially. If I, for example, need, and I will show you what how these commands are called. If I, for example, like don't need this portion, for example, I'm editing and I know like I don't want this portion. I just want it to be deleted and the rest of the clip to sort of move on a timeline, right? Well, I just press R. That's how I set it up, right? Because again, Q, like WASD, right? QE, if you've played like Counter-Strike, for example, which is my game, these are the combinations that sort of very natural to me. The same with R and the same with T. You can obviously do it, other combinations, whatever you prefer, right? But what if, for example, I want to delete this clip, but I don't want anything to move? Well, I have this thing, for example. So like maybe I have like a music track sort of below, and I'm cutting to the beat, and so I've cut everything perfectly, but like one particular scene just doesn't work, and I want to kind of remove it. Like for example, this, like what, right? Like I don't want this, but I want everything else to stay because maybe the rest of the editing right here is done, and it's great. Yeah, then I just do this, boom. It stays here, and I can then like later insert another clip here, right? So let's just go through the settings. What are they exactly? So you can do sort of the same, right? So for Q, for example, I have ripple at trim, start to playhead. With E, I have end to playhead. Then with W, for example, I have razor to just like cut my clip, right? So I don't need to actually go and select razor and then so I don't need to basically do this gesture, right? Like if I'm just on a timeline, I'm just manipulating clips, whatever, I don't need to then select the blade tool and go into a clip or even like pressing 3, right? I don't need to do this gesture. I can just be with my playhead where I want it to be. I don't need to press another button and then cut the clip. I can simply press one button, W in my case, for example. This particular little thing, just to cut, just like that. This, and then cut to or away sort of from the playhead. And by the way, there is like this little sort of thing where if you cut, for example, if you had like, for example, selected the clip and you cut, your sort of thing stays here, for example, and so you cannot like really cut. You need to sort of press at the the open space essentially, and then you can do like other manipulations, which is kind of a little bit stupid. Maybe DaVinci will fix things like that. I don't know. They rarely watch videos like that of people actually telling them what's wrong with their programs, and they're rarely addressing this. Because this thing, by the way, with gesture, with pinch to zoom, I've done this video like about, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years at this point. Nothing has changed. So whatever. So yeah, razor tool, timeline, razor tool. At Q, I put trim, start to playhead, and for E, end to playhead. For R, I have ripple, delete, just so I can do it like with one hand, like as if I'm playing the game, like boom, 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 boom. Easy as that. So ripple, delete for R, and then for T, delete selected. Yeah, just simple as that. If we do ripple delete, it's exactly as it says. It's moving, it's deleting, and then moving the clip, which is really super helpful if you're just cutting down, like if you just put your video onto the timeline, and then you're just cutting it sort of for the very first time, and you just want to go like quickly and sort of eliminate some of these pauses, but maybe like you still want to save some of these pauses. So this is like a really good option how to actually do this. But again, if you're already cutting sort of second time, for example, or you're just going to like enhance some moments and just see like, okay, especially like I'm saying, if you're cutting to a beat, something like a music video or even like a little portion of your video, maybe you don't really want this particular portion to be moved or things that come after it. You can always do this just like a regular delete and not ripple delete. But ripple delete, when you're doing it for the very first time, it's really, really helpful sometimes. But again, like you're cutting it and you're just moving it with Q, W, E. I think this is like one of the best ways how to cut it. If there was like for example, a couple clips on top of it as well, it will affect them together as well. If you just select sort of one specific clip, it will do the sort of the transformations with that particular clip. But if you press sort of on a timeline in general, then it will affect sort of everything, all the clips essentially. Just like that sort of, right? Or yeah, and if you want just one clip, boom, and this one will stay unaffected. So essentially, whatever you select, you will affect with your trims and ripple deletes and everything like that. But if you don't select specifically certain clip and you just sort of go through the timeline, it will affect everything. So yeah, I hope this helps. I'm pretty sure similar things are in other programs, like for example sort of Final Cut, but I'm recently been using DaVinci Resolve because Final Cut, I just don't like that stupid fucking magnetic timeline, and I still sort of, even in Final Cut, I create basically layers like this. This is like the track system is understandable, it's working, so yeah, this is just how it is. But I'm pretty sure something similar exists in other programs as well, so you just might sort of look around a little bit. And if not, I would strongly recommend you to try DaVinci Resolve. Even a free version is a really powerful one, especially on a Mac where it can utilize hardware acceleration. So if you're using sort of newer Macs, even a free version of DaVinci Resolve has a lot to offer. So yeah, I would strongly recommend that. Okay, yeah, with this out of the way, yeah, now I'm going to be editing this video that I'm shooting right now. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks, for more tech-related videos. I would highly appreciate this. Yeah, leave a thumbs up if this video helped in any way. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.